It's getting down to it. The Stanley Cup playoffs are in full swing, and we're getting near the conference finals. Who's in, who's out, and maybe most importantly for Habs fans, who on those teams that are going out at this point of the season want to talk to Habs management about potentially a contract. Yeah, there's lots of free agents that are going to be hitting the market this offseason. There's some already probably discussing with other teams. Hey, do you think you're looking for a guy like me? After my last video about Kirby Dach and where he fits onto the team this coming season, I think it would be a nice little exercise to look at who's available that could be a fail-safe option for that 2C role. Let's talk about it.
How's your breath?
It's not good, eh?
No, I meant in terms of conditioning.
I've now tried recording this introduction like 3-4 times. I keep going off on a tangent about the NHL and its penetration into the sports market, which is probably totally disinteresting to like 90% of you. If you are interested in that stuff, I might be doing a live stream soon, so stay tuned for that. But what I really wanted to talk about today was individuals whose contract is going to be up on July 1st and are ready to make some deals with some teams, see if they still have some sway on the market. There's probably already little talks going on in the backgrounds with agents and organizations. There's already a lot of good free agents on the market, and there's some that are still vying in the 24-25 Stanley Cup season with their sights currently set to the conference finals. It's not really a secret. Jeff Gorton even kind of joked about it that Montreal is looking for a 2C.
You talked about size earlier, but there's another topic in Montreal. In case you don't know, the old city believed that you need a second line center.
Really?
Yeah. So my question is,
I'm much better at reading French than speaking.
what is your take on that? I mean, we all know that Dach is around, but we're not sure about him.
When Jeff and Kent met with the media to discuss the 24-25 season for the Habs and what the 25-26 season could look like for the Habs, they talked about how they thought some of the 2C concerns could be addressed by implementing strong wingers as support for, I don't know, somebody on the team. Could it be Kirby Dach? Could it be Oliver Kapanen? Could it be Owen Beck? Could it be Jake Evans? Or could they take the cap space that I think they're going to have and find at least a fail-safe individual that could slot into the role for 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, however many seasons? I think that they would be wrong at least not to look. So why don't we look at the individuals who are up on their contract that could sign with the Montreal Canadiens next season? But before we do that, I would like to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you're not already, please. I do all sorts of content like this. We're trying to hit that 14,000 subscriber benchmark, and I'd really love to have you as part of the community. If you're already subscribed, don't worry about it. Hit that like button. We're trying to hit, let's go high. Let's go 12,000, that would be a lot. 1,200 likes. Comment in the comment section. Tell me what your favorite vacation spot is during the summer. So there's a lot of names getting thrown around. There's a lot of names that are not realistic that are being thrown around. But specifically, what I'm going to do here is stick to the individuals whose contracts are going to be up in July and are either trying to renew at home or hit that market, baby, and see what they're worth. I'm going to focus on 5 individuals specifically, or else this could be a 2-hour-long video. Come to find out, people don't necessarily like that. So let's go through each player and evaluate why it would be a valuable asset to the Montreal Canadiens based on their performance, their age, experience, cost, and current fit with the team's potential trajectory back into the playoffs this season. I don't like all these names, but I also don't like the names that are being tossed around currently in forums with analysts. And personally, I like this list better than what I've been seeing. So we're going to start with a name that I really like. Mason McTavish. McTavish is 21 years old. He's 6'1", 218 pounds. The fly in the ointment here is he's a restricted free agent, but an awesome target for the old offer sheet. Anaheim wants to keep him, let's face it. He's basically reached all of his performance metrics, but does he want to stay with the Ducks? In the 24-25 season, McTavish had 22 goals, 30 assists for 52 points. That's like right there. But what should slap you in the face is his age. He matches the trajectory of the team. He matches the timeline. And I can't say the same about the other candidates on this list, although the next candidates do bring a lot to the table. He's a powerful north-south center who plays a heavy competitive game. He can handle the physicality. That's why he would be great on the Habs top six. Great at faceoffs. He's played on the power play. He's played on the PK. And it doesn't need to be long-term, although he probably is looking for long-term right now. He's got pedigree, he played in the World Juniors as the captain. He seems like a locker room guy, or at least a no-nonsense type of guy that, might acclimate well into that locker room. So for all those reasons, I really like McTavish. The only thing that you could say is he's a bit young and that maybe the maturity level isn't there, but from what I've seen of him, that's not a problem. And they're used to that in Montreal. We can mold him. We can shape him. Now I'm going to go the other way with it. We're going to talk about Claude Giroux. Claude Giroux is an aging vet who brings a lot to the table. 37 years old. Last season, he played 81 games, 15 goals, 50 points. Again, right at that level, you kind of want to see a second line center. His cap hit was 6.5, but he would be expecting considerably lower than that. So he's aging, but he's still productive. He's versatile. He's an elite face-off guy. He would make an incredible mentor for the younger guys on the team, especially the developing centers. Just the short-term deal of it makes it a real low-risk venture that I think appeals to Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon. I feel that was kind of the deal with Laine. If he doesn't work out, at least his contract isn't long-term. Plus, if you watch Giroux, I just love his style of game. He plays a real workman style type of game. No laziness to be talked about. He gets his cars stolen. He grabs police officers' butts. This is the type of guy you want on your team. Next, let's talk about a player that I find is kind of the in-between Mason McTavish and an individual like Claude Giroux with a little spice. That player is Sam Bennett. 28 years old. He had 51 points this year in the regular season, 76 games played, 25 goals. His cap hit was $4.4 million, a steal. He's probably going to be looking at a longer term contract to take him to his twilight years, I guess you could say, in the NHL. And it's probably going to be around $6 million, but that contract will age pretty great. He's a gritty two-way player, and the emphasis should be on grit because last season, we remember in the middle of the season, Montreal had money to play with. They were looking for a center with edge or a forward with edge, right? That's Sam Bennett. He's a playoff performer. He knows what to expect there. He knows how to get there. He kind of fits the timeline, right? And he would bring the physicality to the middle. Does he have a representative personality or a representative style of the Montreal Canadiens? No, not necessarily, but that's good, right? To bring that type of edge and that type of unpredictability to the team, that adds more dynamics to the team. And then there is John Tavares. John Tavares is 34 years old, 75 games played this season, 38 goals, 74 points. He's a heavy. He's a big guy. He would be taking a big risk. Probably looking for around $8 million for 3 years or so. So this is like saying I'm going all in on somebody. I don't like this route. He doesn't necessarily fit the timeline. He would offer a good foothold to get into playoff contention for the next 3 years if that's what they signed him for, but it keeps the Montreal Canadiens from being liquid. So I'm front loading this a lot because I don't necessarily like the choice, but this is like a Hail Mary. So this might satisfy some of your tastes for management. He's a proven high-end production player. Leadership experience, although I don't love his leadership experience. He could provide that mentorship for young players like Kirby Dach or Owen Beck or Kapanen or so on. He is the type of player that you could put out in high pressure situations and expect some sort of a result, positive result. And for the last individual, I thought of Brock Nelson. I thought of Matt Duchene. I hear those names a lot. An individual that has come up a little bit more recently, but kind of flew under the radar for a while, is Mikael Granlund. And there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to highlight him in this video. He's 33, which is, he's not aged out, especially if they're looking at like a 3-year deal. He would provide somewhat that veteran mentorship role for the team. He quietly achieved 66 points this season. 22 of those points are goals, and he did a lot of it on the struggling San Jose Sharks. It could probably get him at cost at a pretty good value. And again, get him for a shorter term to see how he implements onto the team. I kind of like Granlund because he strikes a good balance of those things that I've mentioned, and he plays a solid workman-like game. The only problem is he's 5'10", 185 pounds, a little bit smaller than what you would want. So he wouldn't necessarily be my top choice, but I think that he's still a better choice than Duchene, than Brock Nelson. Those are some names that came to mind. I could think about this more. I could provide a list longer than my arm. What are some names that really appeal to you? Is there somebody that's maybe flying under the radar? Maybe their point totals aren't blowing anybody's mind away, but maybe it's a circumstance of where they are and what kind of support that they have on the team. A hidden gem. Let me know in the comments. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. Lots more interesting stuff coming up. We're going to see some contracts soon. Do you think that they sign Hudson this season? Are you excited for the draft? 16th and 17th spot, huh? Matt Barzal went 16th overall. Jacob Chikrin, Alex Newhook, Caden Gooley, Kyle Connor went 17th overall. So did Tomas Hertl. It'll be interesting to see what they do with their draft picks. Some individuals are saying that they should trade away their draft picks for a second C. Maybe maybe they have their eye on somebody that's locked up right now that they really, really want. I don't know. Maybe we can explore that next video. Let me know in the comments if you want me to explore that. All right, guys, again, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for your support. Have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Like the video. It helps me out with search results or something. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you in the community. And as always, I will see you down below in the comments.